buy a centre-back. They can pay a little bit of a premium in January rather than the summer for less than a £30 million fee and less.
There's a slogan, "We are Liverpool, this means more." So I thought this belongs to New Balance, but still Liverpool is using it. What happened?
Yeah, so New Balance kind of abused this slogan. It wasn't really a New Balance slogan. It was just something that they chose to pick up on because basically it's something that fans might say or the club might use. So it's kind of a marketing technique to make people feel that New Balance almost are the fans. They understand what it's like to be a Liverpool fan. So when we say we are Liverpool, this means more. It means, winning and Liverpool Football Club means more to Liverpool fans than another club might mean to its fans. So it's about the dedication, the passion, that feeling towards Liverpool being stronger than any other club. Obviously, they want people to buy their kit. They want people to buy their product. And if I'm trying to convince you to buy something, I want to convince you that I am like you. My products are for you because I'm the same as what you are.
It was a technical approach.
Yeah, as is everything. I'm sure Nike will do something very, very similar. I'm sure every other club will do something similar. And
what if Liverpool have no plan to make a new signing? It's like decent centre back. What could be the alternatives, like players from Academy or something?
So I think we've probably seen the alternatives already. I think Rhys-Williams is definitely one of them. He's been obviously on loan last season at Kidderminster, which I think was the 5th tier of English football. So he's stepped up. He's played obviously Premier League, Champions League. He's done really, really well so far. I think it would be a risk to go the entire season, relying on him. It would be a risk if someone like him or Nat Phillips is obviously the other one. I think those two would be the favourites at this moment in time. Obviously, Billy Koumetio is there as well. Very physical, very powerful, very strong, but he is still only just 18. He turned 18 about a week or so ago, I think. So it would be, again, a huge risk to bring him in. I don't think it would be that beneficial to Koumetio to bring him into the team now. I think, if he makes a couple of mistakes, that could, ruin his career long term. I think it's better to slowly bed him in and think more long term with the plan for him. So, yeah, he's very highly rated. In fact, all three of them are very, highly thought of. But for me, it would make more sense to sign someone rather than take that risk.
Okay, so let's talk about young players because you just mentioned. So from your perspective, except for Koumetio and Williams, who has been called up on a regular basis, is there any other academy or young player we need to focus on?
Well, I mean, there's a good few of them, I think. I think at the moment, Liverpool have got a lot of really promising young players. I think obviously not all of them are going to go on and play for Liverpool regularly. A lot of them will have to find other clubs to go and play for. But I think there's a solid group of probably 4 or 5 of them that could end up being regular Premier League players, maybe for Liverpool, maybe for other teams elsewhere in the league. I think Jake Kane is one that I would pick out as being a really interesting player, central midfielder, has been compared with someone like Jordan Henderson. Jake has been training with Liverpool. He was on the bench for a couple of the games. I think he was on the bench in the Champions League against both Ajax and Atalanta. He's one of those that is sort of stepping up a lot. We see with young players, they tend to have a period of 12 or 18 months where they really develop a lot. And I think Jake is in the middle of his development at this moment in time. So there's still a long way for him to go to be a regular for Liverpool or to be getting minutes, because we know how many senior midfielders there are at Liverpool. There's 8 or 9 there that really are ahead of him in the pecking order at this moment in time. But I think he is probably the one I would pick out. In terms of a few other names, a couple of younger lads, James Balaguese is an excellent player. Leighton Stewart is scoring loads of goals. He's the top scorer for the under-18s. He scored 10 already this season. Yeah, again, there's a few names that you could pick out. I think probably Jake Kane would be the one. If you made me narrow it down to one, I would probably pick him.
If you ask me, I watched under 21 match against the Premier the other day. So I saw Liam Miller, who is a Canadian international, and I really enjoyed his performance. So I think he's really speedy and technically outstanding. So what do you think about this guy?
I like him. I like him as a player, but I think he's already 21. I'm not sure exactly of his age, but he's sort of the older end of that age group. I think if it was going to happen for him, it probably would have happened already. I think he's got, a big future. As you say, he's already played for Canada's national team. He's very well thought of over there in particular. But for me, I think he's one of those players that almost should have left in the summer, to be honest. It'll be interesting to see what happens in January with him. I think there'll be a couple of clubs who are interested in a loan deal. As you say, he is a good player. He scores goals. He's very gifted technically, but for me, he's not quite at the level to make it at Liverpool.
All right. The next question is, how will Liverpool use Melwood?
So Melwood now, they have left.
It could be a bit tricky, yeah. Who do you think is a better player, Son or Mane? Mane or Son?
Well, yeah, I mean,